ਚੱਲਿਆ ਵੀ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਹੈ
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to this very important session that we're going to be doing. And just before we proceed, I'd like to know if am I audible to all? Is it clear? Right, if you can type in the chat box, or you could just unmute and tell me. Otherwise, I'll be talking to myself for the next 1 hour. So I'd appreciate if you could tell me about it. Yes, video and voice and video both are perfect. Hello. Hello. Welcome. So we've got hello. Hi. So we've got some participants in-house as well. Welcome to both of you. How are you all? Good. Can I have your good names? Moza. My name is Muazzam. Just a little extension of it. Good. I'm your Sheikha, mashallah. Welcome, Moza, and welcome, Sheikha. We have two participants in-house, and most of them are online as well. Thank you. Yeah, so the voice is good, the video is perfect. Thank you so much for informing. Otherwise, I would have been talking to myself. So great. Great. Let her come. So we'll start now because the time is 4 o'clock. And before we start, I'd request you if you could have some piece of paper or a pen or some notes, because this is not a motivational class. This is a workshop where you need to be working on yourselves. So there would be things, because what happens ideally is in a motivational class, you hear things which is good for 1 hour, and then after that you forget about it. But what I want you all to do is to take some questions for yourself, ponder over it, think about it, and work on this. So this will form as the basis for your self-reflection and growth. Okay? So Rabia is going to be helping you with some piece of paper and pen, paper, and the participants also who are there. I would request you all, it's good to be students, correct? The student's life is good. Now with a piece of paper and pen, we enjoyed that time, correct? So let's go back to be students. So we can learn. All right. And the participants online, If you have anything to raise during the session, right, you are always welcome to unmute yourself and talk. And also, I have, I can see in the chat box. So from time to time, I would be looking down. So don't mind, just to see what you have written in the chat box and catch up with you. All right. So can we begin our session? Yeah. So let's go on. And what's the session for today? If somebody can remind me or tell me. What are you coming for? Yeah.
But what do I need to be fully honest?
Honest too. Correct. Yeah.
You said to myself.
Yeah.
Usually I say, I ask this question, but in a manner of, what do I need to do?
Yeah.
Fully honest with myself.
Yeah.
But you said to myself.
Yeah.
Was like completely different aspect of the thing.
Correct.
Please.
Okay. So let's begin with the topic first. The name of the topic is self-audit to self-progress. All right. The name of the topic is self-audit to self-progress, and we'll come to that question also. So what is, if somebody can tell me a little bit what is the significance or what is the importance of audit? So we have some people in the chat is also, in the participants also, who are into auditing, who are into uh, safety. So I'd like to ask, what is the importance? You can speak, you can write, you can think about it, and let me know why. What is the importance in general? What is the importance of audit? What is the significance? Yes, participants, you are with me, and we are in for a very important session. So I want your attention for the next 1 hour, and I promise you, you'll take a lot once you are with me. Welcome. So we are off to our session, and just to catch up with you, the question was, what is the significance or importance of audit? Because our topic is self-audit. Audit is basically in any companies to review the performance of any company. Yeah, you know they do auditing. So very good. So we are not talking about yeah to human. Yeah. So we will link that. So what is the significance of auditing? Auditing is all about checking. It's in simple words, it's all about checking. Why checking? To ensure that we are on track and how we can progress further. That's the basic meaning of auditing. Why do we do auditing? Yeah, simple. So we have something in the chart here. Okay. So why do we do audit? In simple words, is to check. All right. If I have to put it in 4 words, all right? If I have to put it in 4 words, the meaning of auditing or the significance of auditing, what will it be? To check and change. To check and change. So it can be applied to corporate also. It has to be applied to us as well. Because what is the point of, if you're working in a company and that company is doing auditing, that company is progressing. What about yourself? Are you progressing?
To us naturally, we're progressing even though we might not be aware of.
We have to be aware. Good question, actually.
Some people are aware of the progressive process that happens to them. Some are not, but it happens anyway.
Yeah, it happens anyways, but it is important to be aware about how you are progressing. It's like, until and unless an audit is taken place, you might know that there might be some issues, but if a proper audit is done, then it helps to be aware. You don't want to be improving just with time and drama taking place, but you want to be aware, taking care of every bit, what's happening to your thoughts, what's happening on the emotional level, how well are you progressing, what were you before, am I becoming a better version of myself as compared to yesterday? So this is important, just that naturally, yes, I think I'm progressing. Or, time and people are giving me a hard time, so I'm progressing. It shouldn't be that way. So what are the techniques? What are the ways? How do we progress? That's important. Not just leaving it that by default we will progress. We will, but by being more aware, we will be progressing in a much more natural and authentic way. Yep. I will continue. Oh, let's progress further. All right. Anything else from the from the participants? Okay, nothing else. So we have this first, there is one way that you just move on with your life and things will change and you will progress and will be fine. That's one way of it. The second way of it is to be aware what's happening, and then you progress so you can clearly audit what's happening to you. Yeah? That's the second way. And we are going to do the second way and not the way that let it go on and we can see. So when we are going on the second way, the next question that comes to us is, one, we understood that there is importance of how to audit yourself. All right. So do we leave it and say, okay, fine, time will tell me, time will teach me to audit, or how do I audit myself? What is the way to audit myself? How do I corporate? It's simple because there are manuals, there are methodologies, there are companies, there are sets and procedures that will help them audit. However, what is the procedure for me to audit myself? Anybody?
Yeah, it's just so difficult for me. The word audit is equivalent to money.
Okay, check. How do you check? How do you check? Leave the word audit. How do we check ourselves? Hmm. Hmm.
Whatever I'm doing now is gonna take me to a better place, let's say mentally, physically.
Okay. So how do you start with this? How do we start by checking yourself? Because when you check your own self, okay, that's the time when you will be able to change and then progress. Am I right? So the first step would be check, change, and progress. So now this is me. All right. How do I check my own self?
And question back to you.
Yeah.
Be more aware, present.
Okay. Present in the moment. Okay, I'm present in the moment. I'm looking for something more practical. Meditation, it's good word. I'm looking for something more practical.
Go back to the questions of checking yourself. How do you check yourself?
Yeah,
Can you just make it more detailed?
yeah, I can, but I'm just asking if you have, I can.
To give up.
So, like if sometimes, like let's say I'm working, I should just take a moment, just sit and realize little what I feel, of where I am, you know, how is it going in my day, not like just running, just achieving, no, trying to take a moment during the day.
Okay.
It's not like I'm meditating, taking it slow.
Taking it slowly. Yeah, I mean, say nothing is a wrong answer and everything is a good answer. So we want to go into practicality. We don't want to say, okay, let's meditate and we'll sort it out. No, no. We're talking about the nitty-gritties, how in practicality we will do a check, change, and progress by the end of the day.
But
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, every day. And this is part and parcel of the game. Anything from the audience? Okay, they've got by preparing a checklist and reconfirm every time as per cycle to going as planned or not. All right. The Sphere wants to speak. Yes, the Sphere.
So, Tasfia here.
Yes, the Sphere.
I think when we introspect our emotional and the mental level day by day, or minute by minute, or hour by hour, we can
Okay.
come to the conclusion that what to do. Introspection.
Introspection, looking within. Okay. Very good. One of the practical tools is introspection, looking within. Right. Before we begin to move into very good answer, Tasfia, and as I said, everything is good from Afar culture by preparing a checklist and reconfirm every time when asked for the cycle. So that's also a good checklist. What I felt was, you know, that the basis of checking, which is auditing, changing and progressing, must be preceded with a very important question is, and that forms the basis of checking, that is honesty. So what will it take for me to be totally honest first to myself, right? Because if I am not honest to myself 100%, then I'm not able to find the blind spots. So this honesty is basically the foundation for checking, because I can kind of bluff myself or give a lame excuse to myself. And if I keep doing that, right, I'll do it tomorrow. It's okay. You know, for example, if I'm smoking, it's okay. Maybe tomorrow, I'll come out of it. It's fine. It's okay. I kind of, when I am totally honest to myself, that's the time when I'm able to check, change, and progress. So honesty forms the basis. So you need to ask yourself the first question, right? And not necessarily the answer should be right away. The universe will help you come up with that answer. When you ask the universe, what? Because it's magic. And it said, when you ask, you shall seek. But provided you ask, and questioning is a very important technique. It is empowering you. So whenever you ask something like this, what will it take for me to be honest to myself so that I can progress? And then when you keep asking yourself, and you don't have to struggle to get that answer immediately. Ask yourself first, because that's the basis, that's the foundation. What will it take for me to be honest? Because what happens is we are kind of, a little sneaky and a little dishonest to our own self. Right? You have to, again, if some people aren't, that's fine. I'm just saying, majority of the people are a little dishonest to themselves. And then if you are dishonest, then you will not be able to really become a better version of your own self that you'd like to see. So the first question would be, what will it take for me to be totally honest to myself to have that great progress that I'm looking for? And when you ask yourself on a daily basis, the answer will come, because this honesty, which is there, forms the basis of our self-progress. Why people are not able to progress? Because there could be something that they are dishonest about, but that I'm not able to find. That you have to find for yourself. Well, is it clear, guys, to the audience? Am I clear with the first part? Any questions, clarifications? I'm just saying it's just giving you some tools, right, to self-progress. You could counter it, argument, but it's not for argument's sake. It's just use it, right? We could argue on it, but I'm just recommending it because this has helped me immensely to progress. And just asking you, ask the question to the universe, all right? How will I be honest to myself, right? To get that progress that I'm looking for. And then universe will give you the answer day by day. The level of your truthfulness, the level of your honesty will improve. Clear so far? All right. And then how do we do it? So that's the basis, that's the foundation. Like, when we are making a building, that becomes basically the foundation, the honesty. And then second most important part is the silence. In order to catch that honesty within yourself, right? What we need to do is we need to be silent, because this mind is chattering all the time. It's got about 60,000 thoughts per day. Not one or two, but 60,000 thoughts per day. And this is the recent statistics that's been shown, and it was actually they did it on the mics. So that's what. So imagine when somebody is having as many as 60,000 thoughts per day. So usually what happens is you go with the flow. You just go, kind of, and it was with me also. It's to get up in the morning, brush my teeth, and so it was nothing. There was no awareness of what was happening, just going with the flow. Driving also, I didn't know. I didn't know. Need to know. I'm just driving, just going, coming to the office, coming back, doing my things. It was so bored, kind of. It's kind of bored because it was just going with the flow. I was just not in charge of what I wanted to do. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, fuck. Okay, I agree with your point. We should work on it to ask ourselves about how honest we are with ourselves. Yeah. Okay. So that's very important to because of the 60,000 thoughts that we have per day. Sorry? No, I said it's about 60,000 thoughts. Yeah. About 60,000 thoughts that we have per day. And with 60,000 thoughts jumping up and down, how do we be honest to ourselves? So we need to find a space to be silent. Because there's so much going on, chattering and things like that. Yeah? So how do you find that silence? How do we manage that silence? Because honesty is the basis, but silence is important to get to that. So I'm talking about practicalities. Now, when we talk about silence, what does silence mean to you?
Shut them out. Being aware of their thoughts. It's
Being
like, like I'm following this thought, then
Yeah.
running behind that. I'm trying.
Very true. What about you? What does silence mean to you?
Speaking out.
Yeah.
For some fun.
Yeah,
Thoughts.
witnessing the stream of thoughts. Correct. Anything from your side? Yeah. Anything from the participants? What does silence mean to them? Anything? What silence means is silence, because there's so many thoughts that are running, there's so many words that are, so we continuously using our energy, and our thoughts are basically our energy. Each and every thought of ours is energy. So a lot of energy, just imagine with 60,000 thoughts, how much of energy we are consuming on a daily basis. So when we find a time early in the morning to be silent, just to be aware, right? Not close our thoughts, but just to be aware and make sure that, my mouth is shut. I'm just observing my breath and just being silent. What do I need to reflect within me? What do I need to see within myself to be so honest? And once we are in that space of silence, that's the time when we can catch up to our own self. Because if we are always driving down the road, always busy doing something, it's very difficult to catch up with our own honesty, with our own self, reflecting on ourselves. But when I'm able to sit in silence, I'm able to see, yes, this is something that I need to be looking at. So usually in silence, it's not about I'm thinking about others. What do I need to do? Why this guy is doing this to me? Why this guy? No, because then if I do that in silence, then I'm opening more windows. It's like if I have a phone and if I have a lot of apps running, my battery gets drained out. So what do? Close the apps. Correct? And then what does it do? My battery is restored. In the same way, what I need to do with my mind is I need to close all those apps of why this happened, why this person did this to me. I need to just close these apps and just reflect on myself. What can I do now? He did what he had to do. What do I need to do for myself? Because if in silence you're sitting down questioning, then you're inviting more issues. Yeah. Are you getting me? So it's important to understand. So that's why when people sit in silence, for some people, it doesn't work at all. In fact, they get more frustrated after sitting in silence. All right? Why? Because when they sit in silence, they think about why doesn't happen? So they get more worried, kind of. Yeah. So when you are in silence, it is important that you don't reflect on the outside, right? You reflect on what you can do for yourself, not with the outside, not with the reactions that you've already done. Okay? Yes, that point is interesting and clear. Okay. So let's move forward. Now, practically what we will do to check and change ourselves. The first checking what we need to do is when we are in silence. Now, the first, what we said is self-audit or checking is important to self-progress. Then what we said is in order to do check, change, progress, what we need to do is we need to be honest. The third step is to be in silence. All right. And when you are in silence, okay, what we need to do when we are in silence? What we need to do when we are in silence? Because most of the times our physical organs, they deceive us, right? Our physical organs, like our eyes, right? Our ears, our tongue, because the way we speak, how we speak, what we speak, what words we are, right? These are the things that really actually impact us. So, what are the physical organs that deceive us? The first thing is, I look into my eyes. How civil is my eyes? Is my eyes civil? Civil meaning clean, pure. They say civilized. How civilized is my eyes? How pure are my eyes? So whenever I look at others, whenever I look into the world, do I have a pure vision? Yeah? It's like, whenever I look at others, do I have a clear vision? Do I have a pure vision?
No, it's like glasses, let's say, okay, we're wearing a certain color of glasses or they're dirty glasses. And then I'm asking myself, am I seeing clearly? How will I know if all of that is kind of glasses?
One of the glasses that we have is we kind of keep judging everyone. The moment we see somebody, we judge them. And that's because we have the habit of judging ourselves. We have why do we have the, and how do we know that we have the habit of judging ourselves? Because we keep saying low things about ourselves. I can't do this. I am very low. So we keep judging ourselves. And that's the reason why we keep judging others also. So my vision, all right, on others, how it is. So when I'm in silence, all right, if I want to change myself, right, the first thing is, what do I do with my precious eyes? How do I use them during the day? That's important, Am I just wasting my time, whiling my time, with videos and the social media and the people and things like that? Am I really having a good vision on others? Do I have good thoughts about others when I see others? The moment I see others, do I have triggers in my mind of judgment, of anger, of sadness, of depression? What do I have? So when we ask ourselves about this question about my eyes, how do I see myself? And again, it is not to answer for others, because I said the first basis is honesty. Only when I'm honest to myself, I don't want to justify no, I was seeing this, but it was, I have to be honest to myself. Without, what is important over here is use love over guilt. Use love over guilt, because what happens over here is whenever you are doing a self-progress, it is important that you don't, whenever you find things to change, you don't feel guilty and you use the power of love. It's fine. It's with me right now, but I can easily get over it. But be honest to yourself and use the power of love. Don't be guilty about it. Oh, I'm so bad. Nothing is going to work out for me and nothing will change about me. I can't do this. No, use the power of love, self-love. It's fine. I know, at least I've started my journey. That's fine. You get me? Whenever you find, because see, self-change and progressing, it's not easy. It's not easy because there's nobody to tell you this is what you have to change, or you have to really dig down and feel whatever change is required and accordingly use the power of love, because there would be so many rubbish that will come out. Like nowadays, there is a lot of talk about, detoxifying yourself, right? And with some herbs, with some water, with some whatever. But what about detoxifying our own self with our thoughts, with our emotions, with our actions? Yeah. So how do we do that? The first is I need to actually check my eyes, my vision. Yeah, no problem. Yep. Anything from the group? They've been very silent. Am I okay? Am I clear so far? Okay. So one, as I said, one thing is to keep checking my eyes. Where is it following? What is it doing during the day? And then after the eyes is my ear. What am I hearing? Because these sense organ, and then what am I? Because what I see, what I hear, then what happens is this is what I will speak. That's why children, if you see, they observe, they see a lot. When you're a kid, how did you get into those habits? Right? By seeing. So if the atmosphere at your home is good, right, then the child usually gets into good habits because he's seeing. So the same way, now what we need to do is not look outside, but look within. And see how significant changes I have done to my eyes, to my ears, and to my mouth. And then what happens to my tongue? What happens after that when I look into this on a daily basis? Is my vision improving? Are my sense organs, with me, or are they deceiving me? So when we do that audit, when we do that checking on a day-to-day basis, we will find out that, yes, this is the change. Am I changing? Yes, I have this, with my vision. I did not look at this person in this way, or I shouldn't have looked at this person in this way. At least the fact that when I confirm, when I know, when I acknowledge, that's when the change will come. When I don't even acknowledge that I need to change, how the change will come? Right? So first thing is and then what it happens from the sense organs, from the eyes, the ears, and the tongue, how does this change your personality? Because when you see, right, changes, right? When your hearing changes, when the way you speak changes, what does it do then next? How does it impact to you? Changing, bang on. It changes your thoughts. And that's what we are looking at. Because these are the sense organs. But you see how your eyes, your ears, your tongue, right? When you do a self-audit on yourself, it slowly begins to then change your thoughts. You stop blaming others. You stop criticizing others because your thoughts are more refined now. So maybe if you had 60,000 thoughts per day, okay, it might get reduced. And then you start to have those quality thoughts. So so you see what's the basis of quality thoughts and reducing the thoughts is by checking to my sense organs. If I don't do an audit, if I don't check my eyes, if I don't check my ears, I don't check my this, how do I change my thoughts? I just can't sit in silence and say, okay, change my thought, God or universe. It doesn't happen. You have to work on yourself, correct? So when you keep checking on your thoughts, you will see, wow, this is working. My thoughts are changing now. It's becoming more qualitative. It's becoming more better. And then what does it do when your thoughts become better? And how does it impact? You'll be more clear, you'll have more clarity, you'll be more conscious, you'll be more aware. Because see, a person I'm just giving you an example, who smokes cigarettes knows it's not good, but he's not even able to be aware because it just gets into the habit that the moment he finds time, he just puts a cigarette into it. He's not aware, he's not having that control over himself. And usually, in most of the cases, he's got into that habit because of some thought that must have come to him, some kind of frustration, some kind of sadness at one given point of time, and that has caused him this. But once that sadness goes off, that thought goes off, he does not need a cigarette. Yeah, we'll come to that. It's good. So let's see on the thought, when I'm more aware, all right, when I'm more thoughtful, right, what does then happen? When I'm more aware, when I'm more thoughtful, when I'm more aware now, okay, what's the next step? You know all the answers. Basically, everybody knows the answers. It's all within now. So I'm just, I'm here to just get it out from you. That's why I'm asking a lot of questions. So participants, what does it do? When you are more aware, you have a better qualitative thought. What does it do? Yes, your actions, point, bang on. Your actions then become more qualitative. Yeah? You have better actions then. And when you have better actions, what does it do then? You keep doing the same action, better actions, better actions, better actions, better actions, better actions. Then what does it do? It gets into a habit. I said, when you get into, okay, a better action, and you keep repeating the action, you keep repeating the better action, better action, better action, better action, good thought, good thought, good thought. That's an action. It will release, okay? And then what happens is with that action, repeated action gets into habit. Why people are not able to exercise is primarily because they are not doing any action. But if they keep actioning 5 minutes every day, 5 minutes every day, the moment you get up, you start to jump up and down. Yeah. So you get into that habit. I have the habit to drink tea, something or the other. I need to have some. I've got into that habit. But then I ask myself, is it good? I make sure that I have something worthwhile, quality. So it improves your action. But I need to ask myself, okay, is this good? So at every step of your life, ask yourself, when you are more aware, when you are, I repeat again, when you are more aware, it's like a genie that is inside you. It will tell you whether it is good or bad. And every person has that. The only thing is we've locked ourselves. The genie is not answering now because we've locked and we've locked it up completely. We can't hear, yeah. Yeah. So the more when we are able to be in silence, and you will see amazing results when you are in silence on a day-to-day basis, when you're reflecting on yourself with love, not with guilt. There are people who keep see, there is one way when you reflect, and that is some people keep doing it. If there is some sin that I have, for example, I've identified something that is bad with me. I keep crying about, oh, I'm so bad, I'm so bad, I'm so bad. It will get worse. You're reinforcing the bad. And this is usually what people do. Oh, I'm so bad. I keep in silence, but I'm so bad. I'm repenting. Oh, I'm full of sorrow. It doesn't do anything. In fact, you will get even more worse. Tomorrow you do even more worse things. Yeah. So we need to, that's what they say, self-love is self-healing. Self-love is self-healing. So when you have that self-love for yourself, whatever you've done, whatever has been there, first you need to forgive yourself and apply it with a lot of love. It's fine. Let me see what I can take it or what I can do from here to move up the ladder. It's fine. Okay. Okay. So it's fine. So whenever whatever has happened to me, whatever I've done, don't go into that guilt conscious mode. Make sure it's fine. Let me see what options I have, what changes I can make. Empower yourself with questions and not questions. Oh, what will I do? Now I'm dead. No, don't give statements to yourself. Don't conclude yourself. Yesterday, I went to a person and, he was full of sorrow. My life is full of misery and I'm going to hell. I have nothing to do. So, you kind of conclude yourself and close yourself. Don't do that. Bring yourself up with empowering questions. What can I do from here on to take myself? It's my life. I need to be taking control of it. It's not the time, it's not the drama, it's not the people that will take control. Who will be taking control of this? It's me. When will I be able to take control of this? When I am fully aware. I am conscious about myself. How will I be conscious about myself? When I'm able to do a regular audit on myself. When I don't know where my weaknesses are, where my flaws are, what I need to change, how will I be aware about myself? What changes will I make to myself? Questions are the key to improve. Conclusions or statements are basically locking you up. I can't do this. I am so this. See, usually what happens is when a person is kind of sick, and if he feels, you get into that habit of pitting yourself. Oh, and any situation you take, if you're sick, if you're poor, if something wrong has happened to you, if you get into that habit, if you get into that mode, if you get into that consciousness, oh, I'm so poor, I'm so this thing, then you keep reinforcing that and it multiplies. When I say to myself, okay, that's fine, it's happened, it's all good. Let me go, let it destroy, let it uncreate, and let me see what I can do from here. And that question, so what at every given point of time, if you are conscious, it will give you an answer. I used to ask, I love that fairy tale story that, when you do abracadabra, something appears, the genie appears and gives you the answer. But actually, you have that with you. So at any given point of time now, when I have to deal with anything, I ask myself, okay, Muazzin, what will it take? What do you need to do? And when you are aware, that's the time when you can change things. You can get better answers to yourself. And that's the silence, the meditation helps in this way. Meditation is not about silence, is not about just sitting in one place, because then it becomes boring. Nothing happens. It's not about just sitting in one corner and just saying that I'm silent and mum. And all the thoughts, are running, and then, nothing works out. It's all about checking, changing, progressing. Just giving you very practical tools today in such a short time, how we can really, really progress from here. Because often people sit in silence, sit in meditation, it doesn't work. Because they don't have any aim, they don't have any objective, what I need to do. But if you are being given with the tools, what you have to do, then there is more clarity that will come. Slowly, slowly. You will get frustrated initially. Oh my goodness, there's so much of rubbish inside. And actually it is. Because so much of rubbish that we've created, unfortunately, I'm talking about myself, I'm not talking about others. So much of rubbish that I had created for myself, and I had to really declutter all of it, have a good clarity, and move on. It was not possible. And really, if I have to go to the doctor, the doctor could only give me 2 pills, either a Panadol or a pill for depression. That's it. But that doesn't change anything for me until I have the courage and the determination that yes, this is important. This is my life. I need to take charge, and I need to improve from here on. If I'm not determined, it will be like wishy-wishy. One day I'll do it, and then okay, fine, it's okay. Let me go with the way the life is taking me. And if I do that the way the life is taking me, then I don't have. It's like driving a car, and I don't know where to go. So I keep driving and driving and driving, and that's why we get tired over here, because my life has become aimless. I don't have any aim. I don't have any clarity. I don't have any objective. It's like I'm just driving the car. Where am I going? I don't know. Which direction this way will lead to? I don't know. I'm just going forward as headless chicken. Yeah, we've got that. White participants, anything? We've just got 5 minutes here, and I'd like to conclude within the time limit. All right, so we can grasp more. So I'd like to ask each one of you, before we wind up, what point, okay, took your attention? What did you like? What will you practice? It's not about, but what will you take from here? Because you've spent 1 hour, right? And I want you to really take something and practice, and that would help me as well. So what will you take from here, from this session? Okay, wow. She's so practical. She's saying she'll take the paper and study it at home. Wow, very good. But for the time being, you need to give 1 point. What you will take from this whole paper. What is the best thing that you would?
I would go for the sensation thing, the eye.
Yeah.
The ears, and the tongue.
Yeah. Okay. And work on this. Wow. Well, yeah, she's got the crux of it, kind of, so you've got the bang on. All right. So what will you take from here? What is the one thing that if I have to ask one thing out of that?
knowing where I want to go. or
Excellent.
You, I actually had the thing with the eyes and the mouth and the ears.
Wow, very good. Yeah.
Really sit with yourself and
Sort yourself. Sit and sort yourself. Yeah.
otherwise it'll be the same.
It's going to be same boring. Yeah. And I agree. Otherwise, and if you don't see any change, life becomes boring. It's frustrating. The same day, oh, I've got up. Instead of feeling gratitude, I say, oh, why did I get up also? I want to go to That's why people go back to sleep for longer hours, because they don't want to face themselves. One of the reasons you don't want to face, no, I'm better that I'm sleeping. What do I do? I'm not doing any significant changes to myself. And whatever changes you make to yourself, trust me that it helps the world to change. So you are responsible, right, to be the change in the world and help the world to change. Because when your thoughts change, right, you are putting positive energy into the world. Imagine if you're going out into the world with positiveness, how much of positivity you are contributing. Sorry? Big responsibility, of course, because how much of it's like, people talk about contribution in terms of donations, in terms of money, but it's not just in terms of money, but in terms of your consciousness towards the world, towards the thoughts that you have, how much that is also a good contribution. Imagine you have a vision of brotherhood towards everyone. How much of the world would change? Why I consider everyone to be my brother. Yeah. Yes, from the participants, any other points? We have 2 more minutes, please. Anything from the participants? Afaq, Anita, Safikameen, Tasfiya? Any points that you will take it from here?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Keep the
Tasfiya.
check on your eyes, and it will ultimately lead you to the thought pattern too. When we
Good.
keep if we keep the check on our actions, it will change our thought pattern too. And the thought pattern, when the thought pattern gets changed, automatically our habits will change.
Right. You see how it is connected, Tasfiya?
Yes, sir.
You
Yes.
see how the relationship is like, the moment I see somebody, the thought emerges. So I have to make sure that my eyes are civil. So it's civil, it's pure, and then my thoughts also will follow that. Very good, Tasfiya.
That
Excellent point.
that's why we can connect it to the quote of our beloved, that the nation father, Gandhi ji. He said,
Mm.
"Bura mat socho, bura mat kaho, and the bura mat dekho,"
Correct.
whatever. And
Correct. True.
definitely it will lead to the thoughts. When
Absolutely.
when we don't see the bura, when we don't talk bura, when we don't hear bura,
Yeah.
automatically it will lead to the pure thoughts.
Correct. Correct. Here it is. Sorry. Yeah. She's talking about, Tasfiya was talking about, don't see bad, don't hear bad. Okay, don't talk bad. Yeah, this one. Yeah, the 3 monkeys. Yeah. So here, she's got that on her, right? Here we're talking about seeing, but seeing the goodness. All right. So we're just going that one
That is
level up.
exactly what he wants to say.
Yeah.
That is
exactly what he
exactly the
wants to say.
same.
So go, don't, when he's saying don't see, means, you see,
Uh,
but you see the elevated thing. You
It
see.
depends upon the interpretation of the person, how you interpret.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it depends on what you see now. When you see with an eye of brotherhood, it changes the world for you. When you see with an eye of seeing some quality in that person, it changes. Immediately. Suppose I look at you, I see, wow, what a person. So, automatically my relationship changes. Or when I see somebody and keep finding faults, then the relationship, because you're exchanging that energy. But then now when I keep looking at what is the good, another good quality that I see in him.
The spotlight.
Yeah.
You put the spot.
Yeah. What
Big.
it gets bigger. So my conscious now tells me, what can I see good about him? What more goodness I can see about you? Do this. Yeah, keep doing it. Thank you. Okay. Okay, Afaq, you're saying something here. The session will give me one more skills to analyze myself without being judged by others and improving without making noise. Wow. Okay, and another point from Afaq, this session will help me to realize myself with honesty and responsibility, and it will change my direction of thought process positively. Okay, very good. Anybody else? Great. Anita, all right. So that was quite good, and I'm so glad that you've taken and you've jotted down a lot of points. And trust me, Alhamdulillah, if you work on these, maybe we will invite you next time to come here and to give another session. So that'll be good. Yeah, yeah, and how you did that, how you changed things for yourself. All right, that's good because it's all about practicing and then telling others the goodness. Great. So in time, I'd like to wind up my session. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. And really, congratulations to all of you who've joined. And in the journey of self-progress, mighty congratulations to you. And if there is that anything that I can do, in a space can do, we conduct a lot of sessions on meditation, self-improvement, self-development. So you can stay connected to inner space and create a fortune for yourself and help others too. And we do it, as you know, we do it absolutely free. Of course, there's no charges involved. It's just that we do it with a heart just to benefit ourselves and others. So thank you. And I'm leaving the baton to you. Go out, help yourself and others. Thank you so much once again. Take care. See you soon. Thank you.